Hi, thanks for watching. Today I'm going to be creating lots of different cards featuring the Spellbinder October Club Kits, including the wax seal of the month, stitching die of the month, embossing folders of the month, and better press of the month. Here's the wax seal of the month. It says, most wonderful time of the year. This is the stitching die of the month, merry and bright cloche, which is that glass enclosure over top of a knick-knack. It has a Christmas tree. It has all the little embellishments there. Then we have the cool plaid set called Design-a Plaid for the better press, and it's got 4 different stripes and a bunch of really nice sentiments and a cutting die for those sentiments. This also has a registration plate, which I'm going to show you how that works. So the first product that I'm going to demonstrate is the Better Press of the month. I'm using Better Press paper, and color is bisque. Here you have the registration plate, which is basically acetate already pre-printed by Spellbinders to help guide you as you're designing your card front. You can design your plaid however you would like. They do give you an outline here that you can follow. I did appreciate the outline. It helped me to keep things straight, but really you can design it any way you'd like. There's no hard and fast rules about how to use these. So I've got my plates down, and by the way, you can also hot foil with these plates, which makes it really nice. So double duty on this product. I'm using some Better Press inks. The colors I'm using are Strawberry Leaf and Tuscan. So basically holiday colors, red, green, and gold. What you do is you decide how you want to line things up. Then you ink up these plates. Then you put the top on over top, and it's a magnetic top that's clear, see-through. Mine has a piece of Sizzix sticky grid sheet, and then you run it through your Platinum 6 machine, and voila, you have a deeply etched and colored, perfectly straight plaid line. And we're just going to go ahead and go through the process here. You'll see how I have sped this video up for the sake of time. And I'm just cleaning off my plaid, and I'm going to go ahead and use the color Leaf, which is a nice bright green. And instead of moving the plate, I'm actually going to just flip my paper around to the other side. This way I'm getting an exact replica on the other side of the paper. And that's another nice little thing you can do. My Spellbinders Platinum 6 and my Better Press work together very well. And if you don't have a Platinum 6, you can use your Sizzix Sidekick or Big Shot or whatever you have. Works with those systems as well. But the Better Press system is a lot of fun, and you will find endless possibilities for using your Better Press, because you can change your colors and combinations. And just like with this one, I'm using 3 different colors. Now I'm using the Tuscan, which is a nice bright yellow gold color. I do take my towel and just wipe around the areas on that registration acetate that I got a little bit of over inking. It probably would not transfer, but I just don't want to take any chances. So far, this is looking very festive. Wouldn't you agree? And I'm going to do that same trick again. I'm just keeping my plaid lines right where they are, and then I'll just flip the paper so that it's going to then impress on the opposite side. Or at least I thought I did. Maybe I forgot to flip my paper. Wait a minute. Oh, I just moved it slightly, I guess. I'm confusing myself here. I don't know. Oh, I know. I didn't think the gold was prominent enough, so I re-inked it. Now here I am moving the plaid and thinking, how do I want this to look? And this will be then my final run through on this card panel. If you didn't want to use both of those plaid lines, you could just use one. Really, it's entirely up to you. I really wasn't trying to get it exactly the same on top and bottom, but I think it's the way it turned out. Lucky me. I got lucky once, right? And then for the sake of time, I'm not going to show you the other one that I made, but I will show you at the end of this video what it turned out to look like, because I actually made 2 different cards using this Better Press of the month. But I am showing you so many cards, I just don't want the video to be an hour long. Now I'm taking a sentiment from that Better Press of the month, and I'm going ahead and using strawberry ink, and I'm going to go ahead and use that bisque colored paper, which is sort of a soft off-white. These are the Better Press sentiments that come with Design-A Plaid. Now for the fun of it, I threw in this die set, which is from a few months ago with Spellbinders. It's St. Nick, but I think it looks really nice. I die cut St. Nick. I have this plaid background. This is the one I made off camera. You didn't see me make it, but you can see I have the one that I made on camera. But this St. Nick is like super cool. It's got some really nice little festive touches to it. And I just think that he looks great on that Better Press plaid, those 2 card panels that I created. Okay, let's move on now to the wax seal of the month. This month's is called Season of Wonder. You get a full bag of wax seal beads, which is this nice assortment of holiday colors, and you get a stamp, a wax seal stamp. You see it has the handle and the brass topper, and you'll get that every month, a full bag of wax seal beads, which is a great way to build up your collection. So I'm just going to go ahead and heat some of these beads up. Spellbinders does sell the wax seal starter kit, where you can get the little warmer and the little spoon and a silicone mat. I just bought mine off of Amazon, and I had a silicone mat in my stash. So you'll see I'm using my heat gun to heat up the wax. I just heat it until all the colors are melted together. I don't stir it. I just let it fall onto my silicone mat. It makes a nice swirly pattern. You could swirl it if you want. You could use some kind of pokey tool or something to stir up your wax, but I don't ever bother, and I really like the way it looks. It's a really fun little crafting project to make wax seals, and it does definitely add a little something to your card panel, or you can use it for your envelope. So my first one that I made, I didn't like it so much, so I grabbed my scissors and I'm going to cut it and just put it right back in that spoon and heat it up. That's what's nice about these wax seals. If you don't like the way it looks, you can just go ahead and reheat it and do it over again. Yeah, so we've got the beautiful red and the beautiful green and gold and white. Perfect colors. That marbling look is so pretty. Perfect colors for the holidays. And I am on fast forward just for the sake of time. I'm speeding this up so you can see the different color combos that I fooled around with. It's basically trial and error here. You've got that one. It's like mostly red. You see that? Mostly red. And the one above is like red and white and gold. We'll see what this one turns out to look like. In the next set, I'm adding some extra green in there, so I'll probably get more of a green tint to it. Okay, this one I just did was more red and gold. This one looks red and gold too, but when you press it, it sometimes comes out differently than what you think it's going to look. But I'm really pleased with how these turned out, and I'm just going to let these sit here, make a couple more seals. And the wax seal club, every month then you would get, again, a complete full-size bag of beads. And I remember when the clubs first started with this wax seal, the colors were always one solid color. Lately they've been sending these beautiful mixes, and you know Spellbinders does it right. They know which colors look good together. Now that one does have more green and gold to it, wouldn't you agree, compared to the other ones? This is such a fun way to make your cards really stand out. And then they have these deco color metallic paint markers on Spellbinders, and what you want to do is you can just color in your words, just the words, that way they stand out a little bit. And some months there's pictures, like last month it was leaves, and you can just pick the color that you want as far as this metallic marker. It's like a paint marker, metallic, and you just color in, and then you can pick gold, bronze, or silver. It's all up to you how you would like to style it. If you'll wait till the end of this video, you'll see the cards that I created with these wax seals. I made some holiday cards, and I used the seals right on the front. So hang tight, I'll have that at the end. But I wanted to switch over to the stitching die of the month next. Now, I did not have time to actually stitch my dies this month, but it's just a super pretty set. This is a beautiful die set, and I just love this. I forget what it's called. It's like a glass topper that you would put over your knickknacks. Yeah, that's what it is. And I did one in navy, and then one in a pearlescent blue, and then my trees are two different colors of green. And then sort of like the base, I fold around with different colors on the base. So at the end here, you'll see the cards that I created with these and what color combinations I ended up using. But this little base, you could use a white bottom or like a color. And that one that I have on there right now is basically a cutout with the die cut with the words and the sentiments. However, you could just leave it white if you wanted to. And in the end, that's what I did, which I'll show you when you look at my finished cards. The two sentiments, one says sending cheer and the other one says merry and bright. All right, so for the blue sort of pearlescent background, it has like little dots in it, reminds you of snow. It's really pretty. I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to this white base. And both of these are dies they cut out, and they come with this set. I would say these two you don't need to stitch. They're sort of like your background. Then for this one, I'm using like a light pink pearlescent paper for the bottom. And what I did was I offset that light blue from the white, and now I'm going to offset the pink from the blue. So it gives the appearance of, I don't know, it just reminds you of some kind of fancy scallop at the bottom. And then here we have, I don't know, sort of the, if you were looking inside of this glass topper, this would be the part where your little knickknacks are sitting or on the perch. And then I'm like trying to decide, do I want to use this sentiment? And then in the end, I decide, no, I think I'll just put the little tree trunk down here, and then I'll just glue it without a sentiment, and then I'll grab a sentiment from one of the Better Press sentiments that I have that was recently released. So I'm going to use some foam tape, pop up this Christmas tree. And that just sits right on top of that little tree trunk base. Then there's the little star, and I cut my stars out of gold foil cardstock, and I just place that right on top of the tree. Now this is ready for me to put on a card base, or I actually end up using an embossing folder for the background. And here are those sentiments that I was talking about earlier. These are from the Better Press All Seasons Winter Sentiments. They say, let it snow, snuggle season, snow much fun, Christmas time, sugar plum wishes, and most wonderful time. And it looks like I'm going to go with most wonderful time. And the ink color is mulberry, Better Press ink. I did these off camera, but I like having these sentiments handy. When you're making your cards, it's great to have these sentiments sort of created in advance. Saves a little bit of time then when you go to assemble your holiday greeting cards. Okay, yep, most wonderful time. There we go. Okay, and then I'm showing you the 2 embossing folders for October. These are 2 separate clubs. The regular embossing folder is called Checkered Argyle, and the 3D embossing folder is called Joyful Candy Canes. All right. Now, up until this point, the club kits that I've shown you have been sent to me for free from Spellbinders. However, I pay for my own subscriptions to the embossing folder clubs. So I like to wait until I get my embossing folders before I do my videos, because I think everything just ties together so nicely, and I feel like I can make the prettiest cards, you know, because Spellbinders does such a nice job of coordinating all these club kits. All right. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to emboss some panels here. I'm going to start with the 3D embossing folder, and I did that with white, just plain white cardstock, and that looks great. And then the other one, which is like the Argyle, I did in light pink, but I wasn't sure that's what color I was going to end up using, so I also did it in this pretty burgundy that matches some of the accents on the cards that I'm creating. And so I actually end up using the burgundy. I just think it makes such a nice pop in the background. Actually, I think it makes the 3D, I'm sorry, it makes the stitching dies and everything really pop. But I'll just go ahead and trim everything down with my Spellbinders trimmer, and then I'll have myself 2 ready to go card panels from the regular embossing folder, and then 1 card panel here using the 3D embossing folder. Yep, and then I'm just going to assemble my second project here. I'm using that squeeze bottle that's it's a 2-pack that you get from Spellbinders you can order, and it's for a fine tip glue application. Works really well. I highly recommend it. It's been a nice glue applicator for you know, like projects that have just more narrow areas. If you're dealing with like this piece here, look at that, I can just pipe it right in there. All right, so this one I'm using Sending Cheer Sentiment. It's got the white in the background to make it pop, and I'm just going to go ahead and put my little tree base down, and the same as I did with my other card, I'm going to use some Spellbinders small foam squares to pop up this tree. Just give it some dimension so it's not laying flat against the background. Okay, and then my star is just a little gold foil star. It's the cutest little star. All right, so that's that one. All right, so like I said, if you hang tight, I will show you my finished cards. I'll show you photos of my finished cards, but this is the way that I'm going to assemble these 2 cards. Because I didn't have time to do stitching, I thought I should do something to embellish these trees. And so I grabbed some Spellbinders gems. This is the gold, like flat back pearls. And I'm just going to put those on the bottom of this tree. And then I have, oh no, these are the fashion, I think they call it fashion rose colored. These are the little pink gems. Okay, that's what I put on that one. It matches that pink really nice. And then this one I'm using gold. And that's what I did to finish these 2 cards off. I wanted to quickly mention that all the products I'm using will be linked below in the description box under the tag that says more. So here's my slideshow of my finished cards. Just go ahead and enjoy yourself as you watch these go through. While you're watching them, I just wanted to say thank you very much. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, I'd love it if you would subscribe. I'd like to say thank you to all of my faithful and loyal subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please leave me a message below letting me know what you think about these cards and which one is your favorite. I read every comment and try to respond to each one. Thanks so much for watching. Have a hopeful day. Bye-bye.